So, looks like we're doing a Mace challenge run. Oh! Who could have predicted this outcome? Well, thank you, Oni and Mace, for the multiplayer. I'm sorry that it ended like that. You've seen it in almost every circle to exist. I don't exist in any circle other than my own, because the internet is terrible. Hunter free ultimate. Doot 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 doot. And doot. Don't scroll social media exactly. Doesn't really add anything of value. He didn't go for the wall bang at the start because he did the electric move. When he does that, he always misses the wall regardless. Oh, look at that. 7-head play. Gonna make myself sound like an old ass fucking man right now. I used to know memes when I was a wee lad. And then at some point I stopped like caring. And then all the memes became nonsensical. Like whatever the fuck that is. Which presumably makes absolutely zero fucking sense unless you have the initial context. Back to Helldivers, you guys. Hey, at least you had some small diversion from the endless helldiving. For a brief interlude, there was something else. I know it lasted all of 20 minutes. Just to lose anyway. Oh my god. I don't think I recognise that one either, to be honest with you, Eugene. Experience hunting was fun. Good, good. I can't believe we've never hunted before. We played Helldivers before we did host together, only. How fucked up is that? Oh god. This is a tiny Durambros. Doubled the number of games we've played together. Next Wilds, I uninstalled it again. I installed it at the start of this month just in case anyone redeemed for me to play it, and then no one did, so I just uninstalled it. How funny would it be? I'm not accepting a redeem of it at this point because it's like 120 gig. And quite frankly, fuck that. But one day, I think the only way I play Wilds at this point is if someone forces me to play the DLC, basically. Whee! Oh. Is there any redeeming quality that I'd want in the expansion that could win me back? No. It's, I unironically think that the game at a baseline is just you are too powerful in your toolset that you have as a hunter. The difficulty that I want will never be there. It will either be to the point where numbers are like humongously inflated and you just get either one shot or two shot because that's the only way that they can make it hard, or you get kind of like frontier style attacks where it's just endless barrages where you can't do anything in retaliation. And that's like not what I want. I don't see a way in which it becomes like legitimately really difficult. Well, not legitimately, that's maybe a bad way to phrase that, but difficult in a way that I would enjoy. Just because it has to become faster and faster due to the Hunter's moveset being so overtuned. People didn't bitch so much about Alatran or Omega having unique mechanics. Maybe we'd get fun harder hunts. I don't think the unique mechanics are what lays into it being more interesting. Personally. It's... I want to be weaker than the monster. And for fighting the monster in the first place, to be an uphill battle where you have to learn its moveset and deal with the fight, understand the intricacies, know when you can go in, know when you go out. You can't just, like, headbutt your fucking keyboard to win. You know, it's not true, actually. One thing I would be interested in the expansion is the story. The most heretical answer a Monster Hunter player could ever give in human history. The story would be interesting. yeah, the difficulty I want is, I think, like, it might not be fair to say, but I think it's mechanically unable to be present. Just because of the baseline power. The same thing was true with Worlds to a degree, especially in Sunbreak when we got bigger movesets. I still really enjoy World, but I definitely have a way easier time with it than I do any other of the older games, right? Heavy present people allowed against it. I just think the harder you the stronger you make the baseline that the hunter has in terms of capacity and speed and like ability to do shit, the harder and harder it becomes to make the difficulty in that like organic way as such. Because it will eventually get to the point where it just turns into a reaction game. Because the quicker you are, the quicker the monster has to be, right? That's something that's easily visible in 3rd and 4th gen compared to 2nd and 1st. The monsters are so much quicker. Because we don't move like we have crippling back problems anymore in these games. Unlike the hunters in 1 and 2 in terms of movesets and stuff. Nice. Rise is hard for you because it's too fast for your slow brain, yeah. To me, that doesn't make it like good difficulty. It just makes it a reaction speed test, right? I want to learn how to fight a creature. And then let that sink in, and then I feel how to fight it. But the only one, at least in my personal opinion, in Wilds that even came a degree of close to that being relevant for was maybe Cerigios, and even then not really. Amiga I didn't personally like. Because it didn't... It's hard to do it in the way that I want. I do understand that. I'm incredibly... I don't want to say picky as such, that's not necessarily the right word, but it's fucked, right? Let's say Rise, I'm in Wilds. It truly is. I genuinely believe it when I say it's just not for me anymore, right? It's as simple as that. And that's fine. That's fine. Depending on what they do the story about, the story would be interesting to see in the expansion. Because I actually liked the story of base game. Also, absolutely wonderful piece of media for showing how psychotic everyone in the Monster Hunter community is. Unable to share a shred of empathy for the clearly traumatized child. Oh, so funny. People are loud against it, too hard equals bad. Communities very double-edged. Yeah, they are. They are, sadly. It's a bummer. Just reinforces my never be in any community logic. You're definitely gonna look into the expansion. From a one-time experience, it was really fun for you. Beyond that, it's whatever. Yeah, I could agree to that. I enjoyed playing through it. I enjoyed seeing all the new monsters and stuff. Oh, I would really need to know how weapon upgrades into G work as well, actually. Because there is no fucking way in hell I'm farming all of those fucking tickets to get a fucking weapon upgrade. And at least in Generations to Generations Ultimate, that stuck around, right? That was still there as a mechanic. You still had to get the hyper materials to go up to G rank. I was dead the entire fight, yeah. He's just hiding. He ain't taking part of this, he doesn't need to. The strange person is dealing with it. I am running out of healing here. I only have 5 herbs left. Naramboros is a tanky boy as well. Okay, good. He's doing a limp. Oof. Oof. Good. I really need that new armor. Be worth killing as much as I can right now. And then maybe in the next hour, assuming nothing else has been put into the wheel by that point, I can switch into hub multi. Is it going to be laggy? Laggy, yeah. Laggy has focus. And the detriment that his armor set comes with is status attack down, which, like, I'm playing greatsword. I don't give a shit, right? You heard a word. Yeah, I'm thinking in the next, as long as nothing gets put into the queue, so the next hour is still 3U multi. You need some Icium? Why don't you just boot the game real quick and go on a harvest tour? And get some Icium. Hello? Are you coming back? We're going out. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, nice. Cool. You getting whatever we're having for fun? You getting whatever we're having for fun today? What we having? Oh, you never get to you never let me know. So mean. Have fun. You need a Barioth tail and a Duramboros tail case. I will see if I can prioritize Barioth if he appears. Oh, right. That's really funny. Oh, fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. No, I don't have a barrier up yet. I honestly might be in need of a solid multi-grinding session anyway. Because I need a Rathian plate as well. I don't want to sit in a lobby when I'm not playing for another 30 minutes. Someone could use that in the meantime, right? And be done with it by the time that we got there. I don't want to just take up space. That feels mean. I'll do Volvadon because he's in the volcano. And I can do some mining there. Dragonite would be a weapon upgrade, potentially. Also Volcano. Dragonite. Herculodromes or whatever it is. Where's the mining in the cold place? You've never been there? Excuse me? We killed a Lagombi there together. It's the first quest we did. It's not the first quest we did. It's the second quest we did. Enten was there as well. We've been there once. Correct. It's in the caves. There's a Hectodrome. Which means I can see those now. Which is good. If they're needed in any armor pieces and whatnot, upgrade stuff. The weapons. Oh, thanks. There's one Dragonite. I don't know how much I need, but it's a lot. What? That sounds like a margarita or something. Like, what they called cocktails. You just made a cocktail up. That's what you've just done. Vomit on his in / on it. It's got a little bit of the like the slimy paralysis that he uses just to make it like numb your tongue a little bit or something, right? Some weird shit that they do with like fancy drinks where it's just like, yeah, we poured something that can kill you on this. Didn't that have one with dry ice or something? I don't know if they died. Well, it's inconvenient. Get stoned. That's what the fans want, or that's what you want, Yuji? You're the one who brought it up out of nowhere. I also think that would kill you, considering how long his tongue is. You would die. The local names in the fan patch, of course they were. German fan patch? I mean, I imagine the names are the same, right? Across all of the fan patches, it's just the rest of the stuff that will be in German. Like potion and whatnot. Generic text. I only have fucking 5 of those, don't take it. That will hit me, I think, yeah. Some funny lines in there. I was trying to, if you hold this in your hand, you've essentially won. Okay, nice. Even let me get my potion back? He did. That's very kind of him. Volvadon is way too low tier to be at this point in the game, though. It is purely because he's in the volcano, right? The only reason you fight him this late in. He's so weak. I do love the bear trio, as it were. Even though only one of them's a bear. Lagombi, Volvadon, and Azuros. I actually think they're really good, like early game slash like early area monsters. But in the tier with like Darabaros and Rathalos and Uragan and Barioth? Maybe not. Oh, my inventory's full. Jesus. Yay, Dragonite. Another piece. I don't make it to this. Or I do, but I start swinging, but I don't get the rewards. Very unfortunate. Should be my multi bring along, by the way. Multi take along, yes. Can you put your correct mask on again, please? Thank you. All he needs is the one shark scale. Which I guess I kind of have to go and get now, eh? Oh, it's the coral quest. That's what it is. I can't take a Farcaster, but I can take the combining materials for a Farcaster. And then I need to do whatever the coral quest is, this one. No, that's Secret of the Crystal Bones. It's in 1 star, I think. Sun controllers. I assume obtained. Did you get a shitload of it? Because you also need some for the laggy armor. But what? Did you get a shit ton of it? Because you need some for the laggy armor. I don't know if you need 2 apiece, but you need stuff for the laggy armor. Either 6 or 8. 6 to 10-ish, I'm not sure. You have 5 total? I think you'll need at least 6. So it might be worth going on at least one more quest to grab some. Okay, one overhead kills the sharks. What about a side slice? Well, charger, I hit it, so. Nice. I got a fucking fang, not the skin. Rude. Can you die, please? Cha Cha, don't kill it. Good. You don't want to right now? Fair enough. There we go. You got your weapon upgrade, which means you got great sharpness now, right? So that's the important thing. That is the important thing. Do you reckon Daimyo would be an interesting fight underwater? Daimyo Hermita? It could be a fun reversal of how it normally works, where he's actually kind of like more proficient on land than underwater, whereas monsters are usually more proficient underwater, the ones that can go underwater. Sorry, Daimyo Hermita. As an underwater fight. Potentially. I feel like that could be interesting. You have acquired a chainable launcher. Okay. Because he would still have to walk around the bottom. Or, like, on the walls, potentially, or something. I don't know. Which would, in theory, make him, like, weaker than he normally is. Because he can't 3D traverse. It would be a really, really, like, interesting dynamic for you to actually be the stronger one in the water, for once. Obviously, it's never going to happen, but... He does his jumps, but way slower. Synergize well with parrying. It's one of the upgrades. Gives you an instant charge after a parry. Neat. I'm just going to refill my drink real quick. Be back in just a sec. God damn it. Hi. I'm back. Hi, you waffle. Ah! The underwater fights are quite hard. You get used to them after a while, but you have to, you have to kind of go at them for a while. It takes a wee bit. You already have your rotation of a bunch of guns, but it's neat nevertheless. Cool. Ooga boo and woo hoo. Well, I do have the things unlocked, but we don't necessarily have the time for it at the moment. Back when 3U was new, you were lazy and learning underwater. Retrospect is fun as fuck. Yeah. One of those things that I would love to know, but it's a piece of information I will never be able to obtain in my entire life. I wonder how many people who dislike the underwater dislike it because they were too lazy and never bothered to learn it. As opposed to anything the underwater itself was like relevant to. Information I will never be able to obtain in my entire life, but I would love to know. Okay, well, let me do a little check to make sure that I'm not wrong. There is nothing here. There is nothing here. Okay. Nothing has been put into the queue. There is only one thing in the queue, which means we do more of that. So we keep going with 3U. Because this would be the point where I would roll that anyway. So we're going to take one of those out of there, mark it on, and then keep going. We are going to pop into multiplayer, because it would take me a long time to do another hunt, and let's do some multi instead. I am in French Fad #1. If you want to join me for multi. Hear a lot, probably. People rather complain than adjust. If they don't have to, like, have to, yeah, exactly. I can't understand the complaints when people say that the combat is a bit wonky and stuff, because it definitely is. It definitely is a bit wonky. Put that in there for timer must between 30 seconds and 30 minutes. I hate this fucking system. What's the point of being able to set a customized time to unpin something if the maximum is 30 minutes? People stream for hours, Twitch. You dumb mother... Okay, I would like the head brake and the tail brake primarily. Give you a sec. Wait. It will wait for you, Eugene. What is the life rocking now? The Buster Blade, way. Full Hunter's Mail, 80 hull defense. Legiacrus, Eugene. Which means Mace probably should have ate for thunder resistance. But he'll be fine, hopefully. The only monsters that I can do in Hub 2 at the current moment are Legiacrus, Duramboros, and Volvodon, which I don't think even has a hub quest. So we're mostly farming up to be on Hub 2 standards here. Me and Mace are probably both going to post our urgents. I imagine Mace will post his urgent as the next quest. And then I kind of need to farm both Rathian and Legiacrus. Every time I look at your armor, it makes me laugh. It looks so randomly thrown together. It's so funny. It's like, fuck, I need low rank armor. Just grab pieces. Remind you to check the farm. I will attempt to do so, but I promise nothing. Hello, Chisel. Fancy seeing you here. How you doing? How you doing? Imagine you being here on a Saturday. It doesn't happen particularly often, I feel. Pop in occasionally. Fuck Thunder -10. Do all three of us have negative thunder resistance? Yes. Yes, we do. Wee. Wee. Hello, one heals. I mean, at least you can buy herbs from the shop. You're brewing yourself a delicious tea. Nice. Good stuff. A hot drink would be really nice, actually, right about now. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta love underwater combat? You gotta love underwater combat. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm just saying that to trigger you. I mean, I love it. I genuinely think it's fun and good. I unironically think it's one of the best things in the franchise. It's a bit wonky. It's got its problems. Insert every Monster Hunter game. I think it's so friggin' fun. Oh, that's a follow-up to Oni's point. I don't know if Oni's here anymore. If it had underwater combat, actual underwater combat, that would potentially sway me for Wilds DLC. Not whatever the fuck existed in the Legatic fight. You have overmoved. No, he charged. That was a different move. He charged in a different way. He's doing it again! Welcome back. Did you have a fun time? Was it nice to be on the... Yeah.
I didn't have to carry.
That's good.
No, my legs are deep.
And you get back a lot quicker as well.
Yeah.
I thought you had a puncture. Oh.
Well, I borrowed one. I removed
A puncture.
probably. It's been slowly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not the puncture.
So what do you mean you borrowed a puncture?
I thought it was a pump.
Yeah. I borrowed a puncture from someone else. Then I had to give it back.
You take it back.
I've had enough. I use this to get out of my responsibility.
Rude.
You don't think you want to start that argument again? I mean, there's no argument to be had, right? It's personal preference. ultimately. Mickey's! Oh, Festus, thank you. Oh,
Penguin stick.
tasty mouth hurt stick.
Mouth hurt? What?
Yeah, because it's chewy,
Oh, it's really hard.
and like after a while.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Legiacris?
Oh, the jaw whack. Oh,
Yeah.
the real jaw breaker. It was not wrong. Biscuits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good shit. How much were they?
Yeah, right? They're 43 otherwise, I think.
That's still fucking cheap for the amount that's in there.
I know, but yeah. What? I was gonna say they're store brand, but they're not. Double check. I think
Cookies.
they're 5.
That's not even that much out of my stuff for next week, then. I will leave them alone until next week. They will be next week soon. I've still got a shit in the bars, so.
Yeah.
I'll eat the stick now. The argument you think it's inherently flawed? Dizzle says that.
Actually, cute.
I don't think that's even much of an argument either, is it, Dizzle? Like, you're just correct. Directional sticks are just not built to move in a three-dimensional space like that. It just doesn't work underwater. Like, you are correct, it is inherently flawed. I just think it's fun regardless. No. I'll just put it all in the bin in here and then. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas I have a set spot for rubbish on my desk, and then every time I start a stream, I'm like, ooh, there's rubbish there, and I get rid of it. A freaking flash bomb? Mediterranean blood orange tea? How does one... Flavored. It's just tea but flavored. Right? I know we're tired. I know we've had a long week. I know we've not slept well again. They don't make tea out of the orange. That would not be tea anymore. Blood oranges are alright. Why wouldn't that be tea? Because tea comes from the tea leaf. So if you made it out of something that was not a tea leaf, it wouldn't be tea anymore. It would be... whatever that would be called. The heck? Like, tea has to specifically be made from the tea leaf. Otherwise, it's not tea. It's like the whole thing with, like, it's not fucking Gorgonzola unless it comes from the Gorgon region of fucking... Mount Olympus, you know? I was trying to think of something that wasn't Italy that would be funny and I couldn't find anything. What about mint tea? Does it have tea leaves in it? Because if so, it's just called mint tea, but it's not tea. Isn't tea just plants brewed in hot water? I think it has to be tea, doesn't it? Like it's a tea leaf. Teas can be infused or made with other stuff, but there is tea leaf teas. So you can have tea that isn't made with tea? There isn't another word for tea made with not tea leaf. We have linguistically failed once again. Never mind. You're right, Chisel. Hot soak drink doesn't sound appetizing. Also has horrible implications when you bring the Mormons into it. Or just the Christians in general, actually. I don't think that's specifically Mormon, is it? I don't know. It might be. Did I carve his tail? I did. The question is, what sort of demon are you gonna play? The knowledge one. Dude, I hate the fact that tea can be not made with tea. That makes me angry. That does sound really good though, Chisel. Some orange? It's a good flavor, right? To make warm. To just manipulate it anyway. Orange is just great. Orange is fantastic. Big ups to the orange plants. Trees. Trees? Plants? How does an orange grow? I don't know how an orange grows. Is an orange on a tree? You have orange orchards? There's two knowledgeable demons though. Who are the two? I'll judge them purely based on name. A herbal infusion, the internet is telling you? No, that sounds too... faux medicine. I don't like that. That's bad. That sounds like drip a, you know, a fingernail's width of orange essence into your morning coffee once a day and you'll be cured of your foot fungus for some reason, inexplicably. Kairos Fate Weaver and the Changeling. I mean, the first one has a better name. There go your last normal potions. Weren't you going to the farm after this quest, so you'll have more anyway? And then once you're HR2, you can buy potions, I believe, from the shop in the hub. From teaandcoffee.net, wherever the tea is black, green, white, or oolong, these leaves come from the same plant. Camilla sinensis? Technically, anything not made from this plant should not be called tea. Okay, good. I am correct. I am correct. Distinguish it by what kind of plant is used. Herb tea is just a herbal tea. Yeah. In common usage, tea, it just means it's made with plant. As I have learned here, but... Tea is... it's not actually tea unless it's made with the tea plant. There we go. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Actually, can you put those in the other room? Can you put that in the other room as well, please?
Do you not fit them there, or do you want to remove the plate?
Yeah, can you take the plate in the other room as well?
We can swap.
No, no. I don't like having stuff in here.
You just eat them.
It's my office. It's not where all my snacks should be. Thank you. Check your farm, Mace. Yeah, you can buy potions once you hit HR2. You can also buy tons of your chips, which is entirely unnecessary. I need to know, how do oranges grow? The Wind Eater Longsword is definitely not something you can use. I think you get that too late. Oranges. It is a tree. What do they look like? They just look like apples. Neat. Cool. How do they look like apples? On the tree, they look like the way they grow on the tree, it just looks like apples. You know what I mean? They don't actively, like, physically look like an apple. It's just the way in which they're hanging, like, in a small clump together on the tree from a stem. They look like an apple on a tree. It looks the same, visually. They're different things. Good rescue? I know what I meant. They look like they grow in, like, a little apple way. I'm the only one who needs to know what I mean. And the small one, I suppose. Otherwise that would make things awkward. Is the Wind Eater Longsword the one you get for completing Village? So killing CDS? It might be. Depends if you need Dragonite for it. Oh, that does look good, Chisel. Does it come out that color as well? The jitter every 30 seconds would drive you nuts if you had to play it. Jitter? What jitter? Whoops. Fancy food you was cooking away for tomorrow. You've never done it, you don't know how long it would take. Valid. Depending on the amount of water and brew time, it's even darker. I was thinking it's actually a really nice light color. That looks really good. What are we having for today then, my dear? You'll find out. Meeple. Cool. It's close enough. Meatball. There's a, I don't know, a short. There's a man who went to IKEA and the only reason he came along to IKEA was because he wanted to get the meatballs, and then he couldn't get the meatballs, and he was just very sadly saying meatball because there was no meatballs. But then he went back on a different day, and there was meatballs, and he had his meatballs. You meant the food? That is the food though, right? Or do you mean the fancy food? Because that's probably not going to be elaborated upon, because they aren't even going to tell me what it bloody is, and I'm the one who's going to be eating it. Just so you know, my dear, depending on how long this quest takes, we might be done after this quest. If it takes 20 minutes, if it takes 15, we can probably sneak in another one. At which point we'll be closer to like 30 minutes. For the balls of meat. I'm gonna block that. We can do rapping after this. It's Eugene's quest after this. And I believe Eugene wants to do a Duramboros. Well, fuck that. Mace actually got away with that. Amazing. I'm just gonna scour all of the ingredients in the kitchen. Put it together. You've never whispered before? I actually don't know how you initially do it, but I know how to respond. Because I've had people whisper me before. Usually trying to promote shit, but... think someone asked a question about how to make Citra work at some point. You don't know where the message will show? It gives you a little, in the top right of the screen, you've got like a little message box type thing, which is called like My Twitch or something, I think. You just get a little one up there. Not in mod view? Oh. Get fucked, I guess. You found it on the home screen, cool. Don't want any distractions in mod view, I suppose. I don't know. Going good, this quest so far. I'm very lucky to be alive right now. Just enough stamina and just enough time to block that twice. I should probably have looked up if it's a better chance for red plates on a capture or a kill, by the way. Meh. Doesn't really matter. You got a plate? Nice. You need one of those for the armor set. So that's really good. It's probably what I'm going to be farming for a long time. All you'll need now is a ton of horns, hide and scale, I think, and then the Icium as well. Oh, and shell shockers, I suppose. Ton of horn. Build your armor. The blacksmithy refuses to be paid in money anymore. Exclusively paid in smarts. It's like the elves in Project Gorgon. So they say. So they say, huh, Anton? Not that you would know or anything. This Jetta? I think I might be blind. I can't see it. I've become either that or I've become so used to it, my brain is just auto-filtering it at this point. You had it with MH3U too, but only in the hub, not on quest. Huh. We can wait for him to go to sleep. People be tripping underwater is fun. I'm glad you like it. He's still awake. He was in his sleeping spot and everything. I must have been like a second too early. Although it is concerning. The king of bad tanks says underwater is fun. Less than 15 minutes? Yeah, I was. Wow, broken clock and all that. Don't even let me enjoy a game you like without it being a bad take. When Laggy goes for the Dobby check? I see it there. I thought that was just camera weirdness, to be honest. Like when you're too close to the monster. And it makes your camera just like freak the fuck out a little bit. We could do one more here. Eugene, your quest. Yeah, honestly, I barely even noticed that, because I just assume it's the camera making me glitch the fuck out. It's there all the time. I genuinely don't notice it. I told you, base. There's only 2 hubs in village. There's only 2 tiers to hub in low rank. And Lagiacrus is a flagship, so it makes sense that other flagship tier things would be unlocked. Be really perceptive to things like that. Fair enough. I just. Goes past me. Duramboros. We are doing Duramboros. Can we do Duramboros? Can N10 join a Duramboros? Or do you have to be HR2? How far am I in village? I have unlocked the ancient mask and then done nothing further. It has no terms, so yep, you can join. So, Lagiacrus is killed, Duramboros was done, the capture Lagiacrus is done, sorry, before Duramboros, and then I did Volvadon, I think? You can do either Volva or Nibble, if I remember, but... Volvi, not Volva. Different things, very different things. Volvi and the volcano, yeah. Which is why I did it, because I wanted to mine the Dragonite. You need Firestone. You need the tail break and the carve, nothing else. Okie dokie. Those fire shells up its butt, that half stack of fire shells. They only count to 60, right? So you can only hold 30 of them. It's not in there, don't trust me. I don't know where it is. Oh my god. I just watched Mace get fucking plastered. Upgraded armor, your love. Yeah, you took barely any damage from that. Wait until you got full laggy, mate. You'll have focus as well. It's gonna be amazing. His horns and his back are broken. So the only things we don't need to break. Focus, yeah, yeah. That's why I unbuilded it. Crack. Me and Eugene both just prepping our attacks there and then both screwed over at the same time by his tail break. His tail crack. Brain quacks. Nice. There's that tail. Scattered off. I think that came off from a bullet, if I'm not mistaken. Just recovery shot us. That recovery shotgun shot? Oh no, it was armor. I think. I just instinctually tried to start using a life powder, and then realized I would only be able to carry one life powder in my inventory anyway. Question for the man making the rules, yes? Do you play as if you only have half clip size? No. Your clip is not your pouch. It's the pouch of your gun, in a way. It's only your ammo pouch that matters. I think range gets enough of a hard shake with having to bring half of its possible potential ammo onto a quest. Oh, The impotent whiffs there. That hurts. Whee! I'm gone. I actually have an extra first aid med here, thanks to the felines dying in this area, so easy heals for me. Also, this guy's like messed the fuck up already, so I don't feel too bad about max healing myself there. Well, his back wasn't already broken. I thought it was. Nope. It broke as he died. That's fun. Good question. Very nice, very nice. Sad that we can't get M10 up to HR2. Because I would have really liked that guy, Chris. Very good question. I want that plate chance. Basically the only thing I need anymore. Freaking Kuropaku gun, man. Every bloody time. Wow. N10 giving us the glory and joys of healing shot, and you're just cutting him to shreds. Not N10 wasting ammo, by the way. It does heal monsters you checked. Oh, astounding. That's terrible. You can just troll so hard with that. No, it doesn't do enough damage to be relevant, the amount it heals, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. But you could definitely make a quest take way fucking longer than it needed to. Can I even equip a power trap? Of course I can't, there's one slot. Right. One slot a half is 0.5, 0.5 rounded down is 0. I can't have a power trap. I am going to go on my break now for around 15-ish minutes or so. I will be back with more Monster Hunter tomorrow. If you're only here for the Monster Huntering, you can see when it'll be the same hours tomorrow as it was today. 6 hours before this point. Pardon me. Otherwise, I will Be back in about 15 minutes or so with some chaos. See you tomorrow or in just a bit.